welcome back to Sugar,
Spice,
and Everything Nerdy.
And today we're talking about the MCU.
So we all saw Endgame.
Oh yeah.
Still haven't recovered. I think I'll be in
cried.
mourning for a while, to be frank.
Who didn't cry?
No one?
Okay.
No one didn't cry?
Someone was bawling like right before the fight scene even started.
I mean, this is a over 10-year buildup.
Yeah.
I mean, do y'all remember the first Iron Man came out?
Yeah.
Right. Oh my
And
God.
it was so surreal for me because like my grandfather, not to get sentimental, but my grandfather who passed away about 10 years ago at this point, he was in love with like Marvel when it first came out, and when before he went off to the war, which was the Korean War. His father throughout all his comic books. So like when the first Iron Man movie came out, he was like in love, and he would be so happy to see where things are now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I didn't mean to
I'm
talk
okay.
about that. But
What were some of y'all's favorite moments in any of the movies? Truly, really.
All the callbacks to the old stuff, you know, Cap's classic line of "I can do this all day."
Yes.
While he's fighting himself, and
Yeah.
like he's been saying that since the first Captain America.
Really.
So little things like that. And
I think one of mine was like, I kind of like how they did because I know so many people were like upset when Captain America in the comics was like Hail Hydra type
my
of thing.
God.
So I loved how they had that moment, and like instead of beating all of them up, he just was like Hail Hydra, just walked out. It was just so
I immediately thought of that
So funny.
comic moment. So I was just like,
Right. I felt really shafted that they offed Black Widow in the final movie, but I think I don't know. I feel like it was also kind of appropriate because I feel like they've given a lot of the male characters throughout the whole saga all these chances to like sacrifice themselves or have these really big moments.
and everyone was kind of expecting Cap to be the one to sacrifice himself. Like that was the expectation. So the fact that they flipped it around, they had her sacrifice, and then Tony, where everyone expected Tony to just retire and go live the family life.
Right.
It was the complete opposite. I don't know if it's even still secret yet, but I know for a fact that they are filming the Black Widow movie right
It's a
now.
movie, right? Not a miniseries?
Yeah, so
but somebody's getting, is it Hawkeye's getting like a Netflix series? Somebody's getting a
I know
short.
I think it's gonna
Loki
be
is
on the
supposed to be
Disney.
getting
Yeah,
a
Loki
Disney
is.
Plus. Yeah.
I think that's gonna be on the Disney's new channel.
And Black Widow's
the
movie
Disney
is coming.
Plus.
But who are we excited as far as the female characters in the MCU and where they're going with them?
When they all came out of the
Because that
portal,
scene-
though, because we had that scene back in
my
Infinity
God.
War with all the women there, but then like every single one of them came out. It was just like,
I know. I really wanted more from that though. I was like super hype and I love that, but I like it was such like a blip in the scope of like this big battle.
so much happened.
And I really
so
wanted
much.
more of that, so I hope that they're gonna get to more of that because there's a chance if they still have Black Panther 2, Spider-Man 2, 3, 7, however many more of those characters that we just got to see some of. If they're gonna keep building on that, there's a chance that what's the name of the like lady of like all female Avenger group?
the A-Force?
A-Force,
Yeah.
yeah.
A-Force, yeah.
There's a chance to go into that, which would be super cool.
There's so many
so-
opportunities.
Yeah.
That
So
is amazing.
much.
I know. I did kind of think though, since they did all the back in time stuff, I really, really thought we were going to get to see Quicksilver again, and I'm kind of surprised that we didn't touch on that.
I feel like both of them are really underutilized because like
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch has always been one of my faves, and it's like in the movies, it's like, well, all right, that was cool. But
Well, and
Yeah,
she's
she
clearly
can
one of the
do-
more powerful.
That's
Yeah,
what
she
I'm
can do so
saying.
much
It's
more
like
than what they have her
It's like she
doing.
can do so much more, but then she
yeah.
literally almost killed Thanos.
Right.
So close.
Yeah, definitely want to see more of them, and especially now that we have so many like of people of color too. You have
Yes.
all of Wakanda ladies, and then
Oh,
you have
yes.
Mantis and like all these other Gamora, a person of green color. I don't
About Valkyrie.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, Valkyrie.
Oh, I want to see more of her, and I kind of wish they used. I guess they didn't want to use Captain Marvel too much because she is so powerful. But I wanted to see a little bit more of
I was
her.
wondering about that
I
too.
was,
I was like,
expecting to see more. I was kind of like, oh.
but it would have made the
okay,
movie
see you
short, I
later.
guess.
I guess.
Because if she had come in earlier, they would have just been like, oh, okay, that's it.
It's like,
They're like, I'm gonna end this.
She's like, I got my hair cut, you guys. We're done now.
Yeah.
full Carol.
But people who don't have, all the ladies, I want a fucking movie. Even if it's not an origin movie, I want a movie for every single female character.
Like individually?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
like
why not?
for my own like self-petting, just because I want to see Valkyrie's story, how she ended up on that planet in Ragnarok. Like, obviously, she tells, like, after Hela came and whatever, but, like, she had all this time in between, so what, has she just been drinking and fighting for fun this whole time, you know? Or, like,
she's building new Asgard, I
right,
guess,
so, like, because now she's, like, queen or whatever.
Yeah. And, well, not to mention Thor went into that depressive episode after he, because he fucked up with Thanos big time, so it was like, obviously he needed some time to himself, and so she's like, all right, I got this.
Has she been, like, keeping it together on behalf of all the Asgardians? So, like, I want to see some of that.
Well, she said he only, like, comes out, like, once in a while. Well, another thing I went back and watched was not the new, but the classic Powerpuff Girls cartoons. And there was that episode with Femme Fatale, and they were kind of like thinking about, it's like, well, what other superheroes besides you, or, you know, women in their own right? It's like, there's Wonder Woman, and so it's like, we could have come a
super long way in that sense.
I mean, you could see it just in that portal scene where all the women came out. It was just like, and you can name all of them. It was just like, we've come a long way from just Black Widow on.
Well, and Marvel, I mean, they already have a leg up just cinematically over DC, period, because they had actually, like, people who, like, I think care about the content. They had good writing and stuff. And DC's just kind of got after Dark Knight, which was great. But anything else, they only have Wonder Woman. And maybe eventually when they build more into Justice League, they'll get into some of their other people. But, like, we have all these awesome ladies in Marvel to choose from now.
Yeah.
And when we did start, I think it was Black Widow was the first. And then how long was it until we got Scarlet Witch? Like, what, 2-3 more movies?
Yeah, it was
after
a while.
It wasn't a minute.
Ultron.
Well, like Pepper Potts, but she was
there was a post-credit scene that had her and Quicksilver.
But it took a minute. We had like all the love interests, and then we get Black Widow, and she's there for like a little bit, and she's only like a blip. And
we were waiting forever for a Black Widow movie.
Yes.
I will say, I love in Endgame, they had in the like one of the first scenes like 5 years later when she's just like sitting having the video conferences, they showed her point shoes on the chair. Did anybody else notice that?
Oh my god, I didn't.
Yes, she had her ballet shoes just like sitting on a chair, and I was like,
didn't notice that.
Oh my god, yes.
Because they never touch on her training at all, except in like the one flashback. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like the closest we got to anything really separate from the universe was the Agent Carter series.
Yeah.
And
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, we have all that as well.
Yeah.
Which they do a really nice job of mixing in too.
But she was the title character.
That's true.
And so that was like the big thing. And
I think now that now that she's gone, but I think now that we're getting her movie, maybe they'll feel, and now that they've had such clear, outrage that we didn't get enough of them until it was almost too late to go into these characters that we were already given, maybe they'll give us more of that in the future. And especially now that you have, I think it's almost equal, like the new Avengers, you have like Black Panther, Spider-Man, and list all the tons of ladies that are still left, because you took out all the main male characters really at the end of Endgame, so that's kind of what you have left. So they're forced to give us what we want.
I'm hoping that the wait is worth it and that they just wanted to do it right. So I'm just like, and if we're getting an origin story, and we'll see how Clint, came in to kill her, changed his mind and heart, and then
I want to know what happened and what they always say.
Budapest.
Yes.
What happened? It's like every time it's mentioned, I'm like, Loki, tell me.
They've been carrying that
can we
joke
have a
for like 10
flashback?
movies.
I know.
Like
they first
5
mentioned
minutes, just 5 minute flashback. Just let me know what happened.
I don't care if it's them like smoking cigars and like playing cards in Budapest. I don't care. I just want to know.
It's like, just show us something.
Do you think, I wonder how long it's going to be until we start seeing more, now that we have female representation, any more gay representation?
Oh my god.
Because Marvel doesn't have a love interest. I don't know her backstory at all, but I would love to see her as a lesbian.
A lot of people are talking about, just because the actresses have gone back and forth on Twitter, like, what if her and Valkyrie were
my god.
Oh my god.
I think I just peed a little. I'm so excited. I want to know.
And I would love that, just because a lot of people expected Valkyrie to become Thor's new love interest. And it's just like, we could just ignore that entirely and give her to Captain
Hell yeah.
Marvel.
And also, or yes and, because bi-representation is a thing too.
That's true.
Always gets erased. So like, that'd be dope. Almost not more than a lesbian or a gay character, but that'd be extra just as cool, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be super dope.
There's that joke where it's like, now we see why they call it the Bifrost.
I have to go. I got. Oh my god. Is that why it's like the Rainbow Bridge?
Right.
That makes so much sense now. Everyone's getting drunk and just doing it.
And all the toxic males can just fuck right off.
Right, and they're like just like literally just sitting back like, well, that was fun while it lasted, boys.
It's like y'all can watch.
Talking about gay representation is making me sweat. Somebody brought up a good point that Loki is 1,000% pansexual.
Yes.
But like, does everyone know that, or do just like we as fans know that?
I don't think everyone knows
Right.
that, or some people don't want to accept that they know.
Right.
Because that's
Yeah,
going to be
I
the
know.
hard part with all the representation that's
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
forward, especially with Falcon,
Yeah.
is accepting new people.
Yeah.
So
Eek.
that's
Between that and
Yeah.
then you mentioned Deadpool, or no,
Oh,
you mentioned
no,
Deadpool.
Deadpool is
Deadpool.
like 10,000% pan, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the way Ryan Reynolds just like
Absolutely.
really like just
I love
kills
him
into
in
that because you know, did you guys see the Ashes video by Celine Dion?
Yes.
He goes in there.
Oh my God.
full heels,
That's
doing it.
It's so
I could
good.
not stop
It's like
laughing.
it's
It was
iconic.
amazing.
It's like if you don't believe it by now,
Right. Well, and also just as
What
we
can
were
we
talking
tell
about
you?
like just being open about sexuality, period. Just like super open about like they talk about like pegging and all these like things like yes, no, consent is also
Yep.
something that they talk about in those movies, which is really, really cool.
Oh yeah. I want to see more Wanda action.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Truly.
because I feel like she's just been so underutilized. It's like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, in some movies, she's almost like the weak link. It's just like, if y'all would just
And
let her
that
work.
makes me so mad. And I'm hoping like once they start like doing more stuff with like the current MCU and incorporating the X-Men into it, that they'll get to like the fact that like Wanda's like way like reality altering power, like
Literally.
strip mutants of their powers powerful.
Absolutely.
It's like, please, in the next
like,
phase,
she
let us
can
have more
Talk
Scarlet
about someone
Witch.
that can snap away reality,
Yeah.
like without
Oh,
like
God.
so frustrating the way they use her.
Yeah. Future guys, I think we have some really cool stuff coming up for us ladies.
yeah.
Bifrost. I'm still not over that, you guys.
The Bifrost and the Rainbow Bridge.
Right, now you know rainbows.
Well, thanks for joining us on our Marvel Talk, and hope we'll see you again.
Yeah, and as always, tell us if there's anything you want to see us talk about, or if you guys have any questions or anything, and be sure to like.
Subscribe.
And leave a comment.
We totally did that backwards.
Until next time, friends.
Bye.